Hey folks, it's Miss Hope here, and this week we're going to be creating some word art together. So the things that you'll need are paper, it could be colored or white, a pencil with eraser, a black Sharpie or marker, and then something to color with. So that could be oil pastels, it could be crayons, it could be colored pencils, it could be paint, it's totally up to you. So I've been thinking and feeling a lot about what's been happening this week in our country and our cities, and you probably have too. So I thought we would make some art, put that into our art. So I've been inspired by some artists who have been making art using words and phrases that ground them and that hold meaning and communicate the importance of what's happening. So let's begin. The first thing you want to do is think about what word or phrase you want to focus on today. And that could be a word that you want to make a poster of, like this poster of change, or something you're posting to your social media, like this image, seek justice, or a sign for your window. It could also just be something that you're thinking about for yourself today. I chose the word listen because I've been focusing on listening to Black people's voices and experiences during this time. So take a second, think about your word, and then begin. The first thing we're going to start is with some brainstorming. So there are lots of different ways to write letters, and you can look at fonts or different lettering styles to get some ideas. You can also just start writing and see what happens. Sometimes it's fun to use your Sharpie just so that you're not too uptight about making mistakes. I'm going to move these papers out of the way. I might try cursive if I know how to do cursive. If you don't, that's okay. I might try block letters if I know how to do those. I'm not worried about any of these being perfect. I'm just trying to get some good ideas out. Then maybe I'm going to try it in a shape. What if I want it to be like the opposite of a megaphone kind of thing? Maybe it's going to start big and get smaller. I'm working quickly. I'm not worried about making mistakes here or about what my finished thing is going to look like. I'm just trying to get out some ideas. What if I use this marker that has kind of like a wedge point and see almost like calligraphy? I could try using lowercase or all uppercase. Yeah, just figure out. Write it fast, write it slow, write it sideways. Brainstorm different ideas to see what you like. Once you've chosen something, well, first, if you don't know how to make bubble letters, here's an easy way to learn. So if I'm trying to make bubble letters, I usually write regular letters, usually spacing them out a little bit apart, and I often do all uppercase. Then I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to go around. If I want them to be really bubbly, I could go like this. If I want them to be more like block, then I can go around, almost like an outline. Leaving a little bit of space on each side of my inside line. This takes practice, so go slow at first and don't be too worried if it's not exactly what you want it to look like. So once I've decided on what kind of style I like for my word, I'm going to switch over to my bigger paper and I'm going to sketch it out in pencil. The trickiest part of lettering is, one, if you're me, you often spell things wrong, and two, is running out of room at the end. So you want to think of start all the way close to this end and think about having enough room for all of your letters. Sometimes I kind of sketch it out small so I can think about where those letters are going to be and pencil that I can erase later. crazy. I might clean that up. So then once I have what I want, I think maybe this L needs to be a little bigger since it's the first letter. I'm going to trace my edges with Sharpie. And then think about if there's some kind of border or design that I want to go around the edge, or an illustration like that eye in the image we were looking at that goes with what I'm trying to say or trying to communicate or focusing on while I'm making this. So I think I'm just going to create this line that goes around the outside. And then I'm going to take my oil pastels or crayons or whatever it is that I want to color it, and I can fill it with color in any way that you want. It's really up to you what you want to do with the color. But I'm going to choose to do some shading, fading, kind of ombre style. I'm going to start with one color. Oil pastels work really well for this. Crayons work too, but they don't blend quite as strongly. So I'm coloring in the tops of all of my letters. Forgot the E. Then I'm choosing my next color, a color that's on either side in the color wheel. So purple would be either blue one way or pink and red kind of going the other way. So I'm going to go with fading to pink, and I'm going to really overlap these colors as I go down the letter. And then I think I might fade to red. If you get a strong line there where the stronger color is red and the weaker color is pink, you might go back and do a little bit more blending with the top color too, to get rid of that hard line if you want that blend. It's up to you as the artist what you want your words to look like. And I'm going to orange. And I think I'm going to finish this out with the orange. And I'm wishing that I had erased my pencil lines before I started, but it's okay. And I'm going to choose a color for my ribbon around the edge. I think I want this kind of like a yellow gold, maybe fading to orange, or with some orange highlights in here. You can really take your time with this, create it however you'd like. If you wanted to color the background, you color the background a contrasting color. I chose to start with the colored paper, so I don't feel like I really need to for this one. And it would finish all the way around the edge. If there's little kind of crumbles from the oil pastels, I'm going to brush those off. And this is what we've got. You can go crazy with this if you want to do whole words or sentences, quotes. Once you know how to do letters, you can do all kinds of stuff with it. And I hope you have the good life that you deserve.